tour bus is here, and I understand that Lisa Breck's going to spend some time in that tour bus.
Well, she is already.
And Betty White may have a
new
date.
desk.
I like your shoes.
You like? I'll put them on. I
Are those
promise.
Steve's pumps?
Okay.
Good Day LA is sponsored by
Being a grandparent. I
Yeah,
like this
of
story.
course you would
I
like
didn't
this
think
story.
about this.
I know you don't think of him as a grandfather, do you?
No.
Oh, or you mean this story?
We think of him as a great, great, great. Because you're great.
And the story is,
Okay, the next time you put the kids in the car, you might want to toss the keys to Grandpa or Grandma. A new and
Does it take
I
a-
drive
does it-
differently in
Susan,
the car.
does it take a theory to come up with that
Wait,
common sense?
I do not
drive
believe this
differently with my
theory.
children in
I do
the
not
car.
believe it. I have proof. Okay, here's something else, though, just to consider. A professor not associated with the research points out that the average age of grandparents in the study was just 58.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's gone down.
not-
In Hollywood, that's called a father.
With the second one.
A father to
That
be.
is so true.
Maybe.
But both my mom and dad have gotten into accidents with my children
Stop
in the
it.
car. So I do not trust this.
Really?
Yes.
Did you freak? I would freak
You know,
out.
one
they're
of the
fine.
things they said is that grandparents tend to drive like the parents did when they brought the baby home from the hospital.
Like Snow Lake.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
So
I
nervous.
still
The way you
drive
drive.
differently with my
Yeah.
children in the car than I do
Yes.
normally. My husband and I went for dinner on Saturday night, and I was driving, and he's like, "You drive like a lunatic." I said, "Oh, that's right. Usually you drive." He said, "I hope you don't drive like this with the kids in the car." And I
I
said,
do the
"No, I
same
drive
thing.
faster."
change.
When my
I know,
kids are in the car, I drive very carefully. And my son said, "Dad, move along. Your granddaughter's getting impatient."
It's weird because
Dad, move along.
Your granddaughter's
that.
getting
That didn't work.
impatient. I'll get that in the
What I
commercial.
drive
a
very
bad
carefully
driver,
with
yet-
my Sanchez over here right now. She's getting ready to tell.
But yes, we do right now.
I would try. Do I go? Do I
Right now, let's
stay?
do it again. We have Lauren Sanchez right here.
dun, dun,
This
dun,
is
dun,
you'll,
dun, dun.
you'll actually like this. Okay, so you're behind on your mortgage, you're not answering the phone or the door for fear you may be getting foreclosed, right? Well, soon you may have to also avoid your Facebook page. For the last 3 years, lawyers in New Zealand, Canada, yes, Canada, Jillian, and now England have all authorized mortgage lenders and their attorneys to serve foreclosure notices via the social media site. Crazy. Here in America, electronic services of this notice is only allowed if the borrower has agreed in advance, which could soon lead to language in new loan documents saying you agree to be notified of possible legal action by Facebook or email. So debit collectors of all kinds are already using debitors' Facebook wall posts to help them track them down. And listen to this, 81% of divorce lawyers surveyed last year said they have used or used evidence from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other social networks in divorce cases.
I get that.
Yeah, for
I get
sure.
that. But I have a question.
Yes.
When they
my stomach.
notify you of foreclosure, is that on your public wall?
No, direct message.
Oh, okay.
It would not go on your
All
public
right,
wall
yeah,
that you're.
okay.
See, I
You
think
have to
that's-
give them
So
your
that's like
direct
email.
email.
Yeah.
Like email.
But think about it, you guys. You send all of this stuff. You think that your messages are secret.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm
ends
telling
up
you,
somewhere.
divorce not pretty when Facebook and Twitter is involved.
Stay off
not
the wall.
cute at
That's
all.
how people will be served soon.
Stay off
I
the
have an
pole,
idea.
Steve.
Pick up the phone if you're going to cheat.
A loving son. A loving son. This is very scary.
I have a lot of, but that's how women identify him. Men don't identify him like that, just women. See, there you go. This is for all you moms out there who have teenage daughters or dads or the teenage daughters. So binge drinking, so there's a new study out that says it really affects teen girls. This is what you just said, Dr. Alawali. I forgot to introduce you, by the way. Was fascinating. What is binge drinking?
Right.
Because I think a lot of people think it's with a tequila bottle down your throat.
No. So, I think the definitions vary in different countries.
We're talking about high school girls
Yes.
and 3 drinks.
Yes. So, think about it. These girls are 16 when they're having the study. They've been drinking and have already have problems.
What did you say? I can't remember. No, but we have to take that
Right.
into consideration
Yes.
when moms and dads are out there. When you talk about binge drinking, because I think most parents actually think that binge drinking, even kids, think it's a lot more alcohol than it is.
Right. Not only that, but they think it's harmless. Kids are having fun as long as they're under their watch. It's okay. It's not okay.
Okay, one last question. What should parents do? What's the biggest thing that parents can do?
I think education is the most important thing. If you tell your children this is forever, this is not going to go away, you're not going to be able to play sports, you're not going to be good at doing certain functions, I think that might bring a little more sense into kids. Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully, Dr. Alawali. Thanks. See you guys. 3 drinks is considered binge drinking for women.
Thank you,
or girls.
doctor.
Especially at
Thank you,
that
Lauren.
age, or young teenagers. All right, big show.
Interesting, because I want to get through this as quickly as we can. This is an interesting story you have about a really great house in Houston, right? And the law.
Unbelievable house, and how someone might get it for $6.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you got your attention, didn't I?
Yeah.
Some neighbors in an upscale neighborhood outside of Houston are really upset. A man has moved in to an expensive abandoned house, and citing a little-known law, says he's there to stay. Okay, this is the house in Flower Mound, Texas. Okay, the house was in foreclosure. The owner had to move out. Then the mortgage company went out of business. That's when Kenneth Robinson paid the county a $16 fee to file papers saying the house had been abandoned, and he just moved in. Okay, and get this, under the Texas version of the law called adverse possession, he now has exclusive right to negotiate with the owner. And in order to evict him, the owner, who was being foreclosed on, remember, would have to pay off the original mortgage.
Which he can't, obviously.
He can't. Obviously, he can't afford it. So his neighbors, they're not happy, as you can imagine. But the law says if he maintains residence of the property for 3 years, he can ask the court to turn the title over to him. So he could get the house for the $330,000 house for $16.
Wow.
It's a crazy law in Texas. That law isn't the same here. But apparently the guy really researched what he was going to do, which house he was going to go for, and he went for it.
I know you can't answer, but your tweet people can. I lived in Houston.
Okay, in a classic case of love never dies, a man finally gets his girl after 62 years.
62 years.
He waited that long.
We had said 40 years. This is 62.
Did we have a little
62.
math
Look at
problem?
this. Joseph Lewis, as either was concerned, it was absolutely perfect.
We don't know how many children, how many marriages, whatever.
No, but we did
nice.
see the grandkids, so obviously there's some in there, but it's so great. Isn't that sweet?
imagine?
See, love exists. You know, we're always talking about breakups and
But you
things like that.
didn't mention in the story that she was holding out for a proper prenup, and you wouldn't sign it.
Yeah,
So
not
that's
true.
why-
That's not true.
That was a
But did
very
you guys
sweet
hear the story of Rachel Uchitel, Gloria Allred, Tiger Woods? There's like a huge thing going on
Rachel's
right now.
giving the money back
She
to
already
Tiger.
did. Well, she did give part of the money.
What?
TMZ
10
is reporting
million?
because she went on Dr. Drew's,
Yeah.
you know, and he
Celebrity
said
rehab.
his attorneys go, you know what? That is a breach of contract. You weren't supposed to say anything. So he asked for some of the money back, his attorneys, and then Gloria apparently made a deal. And now Rachel is apparently, allegedly, going to sue Gloria.
Okay, here's what I find fascinating. She
know.
went on that show, Celebrity Rehab.
Yeah.
There was no mention of Tiger Woods at all. What they did was flash headlines really quickly to
She
explain
never
why
said
she was
his
there.
name.
Never said his name. They never said it in the voiceover. They could have easily said she made. They didn't mention his
where
name,
was she in
and
breach
she didn't
then?
really have an addiction. which
Because
was
they're
strange.
saying that she did breach it by saying that she had a love addiction and she had
Yes,
a problem,
that's
and
what
they
she
showed her stuff. So what apparently they did is they made a deal with Tiger's attorney, so she had to give back part of the money. And now Rachel's saying, wait, I didn't want to do that deal. Gloria gave back too much money.
Well,
and Gloria's not talking about it, so it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what happens.
Well, I don't
always
think
find-
anything's happened yet. There's
What I've always found
talk of a
interesting.
lawsuit, but nothing's happened yet.
Interesting about that case is that she was one of the first, and so she was paid allegedly $10 million to kind of shut up and go away, which she did because she said, that's not me in that hotel video, and it was.
Right.
Okay, so then girl number 2 comes along, girl number 3, girl number 17, 22.
So
she
the
got
last
it
one
first,
gets
and
like $800.
No, the second one got
Nothing.
nothing because what happened was
A bus
his
token.
people started saying, oh, this is out now. There's
Well,
no
yeah,
way
I mean,
I'm-
the first one you think you're going to keep it all quiet, so you're saying, okay,
so she really
here's the money.
thought out great. And what my point is, she came here, his name wasn't mentioned. She's kind of skirted by it without ever having to
She
be.
was on Extra, and we
Right.
didn't say her name. I mean, we didn't say his name, Tiger
No.
Woods, ever.
She kind of got $10 million for having an affair with a married guy, not being a real nice person.
Listen, let me be the guy here.
She gave it back.
Let me be the guy here.
Had to.
What's dopey about all of us, nobody would have paid one moment's attention to her if not for that.
Correct.
So obviously, that's there all the time.
Exactly. That's what's strange, but you could never mention it when she was in the room.
Want to see some cute baby pictures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah, you actually want to see this?
I do, actually.
Okay, just and Ivanka Trump had a little girl, and the little girl's name is Arabella.
Love is in the air. There's babies everywhere.
You pregnant again?
No,
What
gosh,
does-
no.
Quite sure
What does that say?
Says next,
DJs.
Maria shows us some cats turned DJs.
DJs, got it. I got it. I thought it said D15.
Cougars or cats?
Exactly. I think they're cats.
So your goal is to be a cougar to everybody and live long enough.
Sure, why not? I mean, you're sure.
My cougar's
Bring it.
Hey, you're high speed.
Oh, but he's
when we come
okay
back.
because we're laughing while you're saying this. So let's just say he's okay.
Oh my goodness. Now that's talent.
I like your
I
picture.
love that lazy Susan.
I found a use for it.
Lazy Steven.
Could you
I'm
peel
going
her
to plank
a
on
grape,
it next.
What?
He's going to peer you a grape.
I slept with someone.